3 fights in a main event at LFA 80, 6 Colorado fighters throwing down at UFC 246, and new local matchup announcements. This is your Colorado MMA News Weekend Preview. LFA 80 goes down in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Route 66 Casino on Friday night, and the event will feature 3 Elevation Fight Team members on a stacked card. Jose Chepe Machine Gun Mariscal, 10-4 of Elevation Fight Team, is the main event fight of the evening as he takes on Dana White Contender Series veteran Steve Garcia Jr., 10-3, in a featherweight showdown. Both young men are 27 years old and are knocking on the door of a UFC opportunity. An impressive main event performance could potentially mean earning a call-up to the big show. Mariscal has won 3 of his last 4 and is coming into this fight off of a championship-winning performance at HFC 40 his last time out, a fight that he won by first-round KO. The number 1 featherweight in the Midwest according to Tapology.com, Mariscal will be looking to make a big statement to Dana White with a win on Friday night. Mariscal's teammate, Carrington Jetsetter Banks, 8-2, will also fight at LFA 80 when he takes on the 5-1 Chris Brown in a clash of lightweights. Banks was a competitor on Season 21 of The Ultimate Fighter, representing the Black Zillions against rival team American Top Team. He's also a Bellator veteran, going 3-2 during his time with the promotion. Coming off of a second-round stoppage win his last time out, Banks will look to make it 2 wins in a row when he takes on the hometown fighter and Jackson Wink product Chris Brown in Albuquerque. And also hailing from Elevation, a relatively new addition to the team, Joshua Marsh, 5-2, will look to bounce back after a decision loss his last time out as he takes on the Brazilian brawler Toninho Gavinho, 9-4 at 145 pounds. Marsh has won 4 of his last 5 bouts and has 4 stoppage victories in his 5 pro wins. This fight will likely not see the judges' scorecards. Watch these 3 Colorado-based fighters throw down on UFC Fight Pass starting at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The much-anticipated UFC 246 takes place on Saturday night, and 6 Colorado fighters will be featured on the card. The notorious one, Conor McGregor, 21-4, will fight Colorado-born Donald Cowboy Cerrone, 36-13, in the main event of the evening. The bout will be fought at 170 pounds. The co-main event of the night will see 2 talented women in a rematch as Holly Holm, 12-5, faces Raquel Rocky Pennington, 10-7, at 135 pounds. Pennington and Holm fought to a split decision the last time they faced each other at UFC 184 back in 2015. Pennington is coming off of a split decision win over Irene Aldana in July, and Holm is coming off of a KO loss to Amanda Nunes in her failed championship bid at UFC 239. Joining Pennington and Cowboy on the main card is Factory X Muay Thai's Maurice the Crochet Boss Green, 8-3, who takes on the veteran and submission specialist Alexei Olenek, 57-13-1. Green is 3-1 in the UFC with 2 finishes on his resume and will be looking to bounce back from the first loss of his UFC career back in October. Look for Green to keep the fight standing and attempt to pick up the 4th KO win of his career. On the ESPN prelims portion of the card, Roxanne Modafferi, 23-16, will fight Greeley-born Macy the Future Barber, 8-0, now training out of Rufus Sport in Milwaukee. Nebraska-born and Colorado-trained Elevation Fight Team's Drew Dober, 21-9, will face Nasrat Hakparas, 11-2, in the 4th bout of the evening. Dober has won 4 of his last 5 and is coming into the fight off of a first-round KO win over Marco Polo Reyes his last time out. A win here could see Dober break into the upper echelon of the lightweight division. This fight will be a barn burner for as long as it lasts. And in the opening bout of the evening on the UFC Fight Pass prelims, Sabina Mazo, 7-1, will square off with 303 Training Center's JJ Aldrich, 8-3, in a clash of flyweights. Aldrich is 4-2 in the UFC and won a unanimous decision over Lauren Mueller in her last performance at UFC Fight Night Tampa. In new matchup announcements, Jonathan Dragon Martinez, 11-2 of Factory X Muay Thai, will fight Andre Yule, 15-6 at UFC 247 Jones vs. Reyes on February 8th. Martinez has won 2 fights in a row, most recently adding to his highlight reel with a 3rd-round KO finish of Pingwan Liu at UFC Fight Night Sacramento. After a recent change of gyms, Nate the Savage King Smith, 5-0 of Elevation Fight Team, will fight for the first time with his new team behind him when he takes on Sean Stebbins, 2-0 in a battle of undefeated flyweights at LFA 82 in Minnesota, taking place on February 21st. The fights will be streamed live on UFC Fight Pass. And locally, Sparta has announced another bout added to their Sparta 80 card going down on February 29th, as Aaron Lopez of Peak Kickboxing will take on Alan Dudo of AFA Boxing in a championship kickboxing match at 125 pounds. Another featured bout taking place at Sparta 80 will be the Big 12 wrestling champion, Archie Colgan vs. Jamal Shaw at 170 pounds. Additionally on the card will be PJ McGee of Bang Muay Thai, making his return to the kickboxing ring when he takes on Ben Antonowitz in a 185-pound matchup. Buy tickets from your favorite fighter on the card. And that's your Colorado MMA News Weekend Wrap-Up. Go give these fighters a follow, check out the fights this weekend, and check back next week for the results of this weekend's fight action in our Weekend Wrap-Up. In the meantime, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Prize Fighting Business, follow us on Instagram at Colorado MMA News, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, Corey Mannion.